minty. Assalamu alaikum guys, how's it going? How are you? Hope you're well. Eid Mubarak to all of you. You can tell from my enthusiasm and my energy levels that I have actually had breakfast today. Ramadan is over, done and dusted, and we had 3 days of celebration, Eid, which is kind of like the Muslim Christmas, sort of. I spent my Eid with my family, with my parents. My mom made an amazing lunch on the first day of Eid for me and my dad. And then on the second day of Eid, I went to my really good friend's house and hung out with my god kids. So I hung out with my friends. Has anyone told you that it's incredibly rude to be texting while you're at my company?
I'm not texting, I'm taking a photo.
I ate lots of good food, lots of amazing dessert, and to say that I entered a level of food coma that I have never entered before is an understatement. Anyway, I have a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about today, including movies, human etiquette, and tea. You'll notice that I have this paper tea coffee cup, which gives the impression that I'm huge coffee drinker and I'm on the go all the time, or I have really important things to do, which is completely untrue. I have a very tumultuous relationship with tea and caffeine-based products. I have a slight caffeine allergy. Anyway, so today I got a tea from downstairs. It's not really tea, it's just dried up peppermints and mint leaves in hot water with a bit of honey. It's good. So now I'm really into tea again. So during Eid, I ended up going to the cinema as well with my friends, and I watched the new Transformers movie, Transformers 5, I think it is. It's Transformers The Last Night. So I have a couple of thoughts about the movie. As many of you know, I love movies. I try and go to the cinema all the time. I even go by myself. I don't really care. So the Transformers franchise is one of those franchises that kind of just doesn't stop creating movies. Every other day it feels like there's another Transformers film. When I saw the trailer for this Transformers film, I was really surprised because it feels like it was literally the other day that I watched the Transformers movie with Mark Wahlberg. This is the second one, by the way. It just seems a little bit excessive. It's kind of like the Fast and Furious franchise that just won't end. It refuses to end. It just keeps multiplying and duplicating. Kind of like the Kardashians. Every other day there is another Kardashian giving birth to another Kardashian, or another Kardashian making another reality show about another Kardashian. It just needs to stop. So I'm not really a huge fan of franchises that just keep going and going and going. They feel kind of pointless. I really enjoyed and loved the first two Transformer movies, especially the first one with Shia LaBeouf. That was such a great film, and I think it's a real shame that he, what would be the politically correct term to define and describe what happened to Shia LaBeouf? I guess he became an artist? Hipster? Capuch? I don't know. He criticized the first Transformers movie and he said that they were not really his finest work or something along those lines. And if you guys remember, Megan Fox was also in that first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf. And she ended up complaining and saying all this negative stuff about the director Michael Bay, which got her fired. I vaguely remember what happened in Transformers 3 and Transformers 4, which is the last one before this one that I watched. I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. So I was very apprehensive about watching this Transformers 5. I found out that Anthony Hopkins was going to be in this Transformers 5. So that got me really excited. I'm a huge fan of Anthony Hopkins. I think he can do no wrong. He's one of the greatest actors of his generation and probably of all time. So if he's decided that Transformers film is worthy enough to have him, then it must be a good Transformers film. The film kind of has this alternate history where Transformers have been involved in human history and human wars for decades since the time of King Arthur. It just added a different element to the Transformer franchise I thought that didn't exist before. The things that really pissed me off about the movie was that it felt like two different movies. The first part with the kids and that young girl who's a really good actress, though she slightly overacted in some scenes. What's her name? Isabel Moner. And it also starred Josh Duhamel. Duhamel. I think it's Josh Duhamel, Fergie's husband. And this British actress, Laura Haddock. I'm not sure. She looks incredibly familiar. As expected, a lot of action scenes in the movie, which I enjoyed, but some of them were so exaggerated and took way too long. There was one scene literally where everybody was just floating in midair for what felt like 15 minutes. It was pretty ridiculous. I think the biggest issue I had with the movie is the fact that Mark Wahlberg just yells all the time, and he's not yelling when anything happens, he's just yelling for no reason. Like every 5 minutes, every line he says, he just yells it, and he's a good actor, so I don't know why he was doing that. Maybe he thought because it's like an action flick and there's robots, and I think because the robots are really giant. The Transformers are giants. They're like 12 feet, 50 feet high. So if he's talking to them, he has to yell, but he was literally yelling every line. Like, do you want a burger? Watch out. You can't live here, little girl. Go find your parents. Your parents are dead? I'm sorry. Jeez, I miss my daughter. Just the worst. I was like, shut up. I just remembered the episode of The Graham Norton Show where Mark Wahlberg showed up and he was heavily intoxicated. He was drunk and he sat, I think, on Sarah Silverman's lap or Graham Norton's lap, and he was just all over the place. He was an absolute mess. While I was at the movies, I was getting my chocolate bars and my beverages and stuff, and as I got to the counter, random person not even in line just jumped right in and just blurted out and asked a random question like, what time does the movie start? Idiot. I was like, what are you doing? There's like a whole line of people. How can you just cut in? How do you have the gall to just cut in? Which reminded me that over the past 2 weeks, I've just been bombarded with these idiotic, imbecilic, ignorant, irritating actions of people that just boggle my mind. So for example, I catch a lot of Ubers and taxis, and this has happened to me almost 5 times over the past 2 weeks. I actually counted them, where I entered the taxi, and as one does, they close the door behind them, and when I slip my hand into the little groove thing where you close the door, there was a crumpled up used tissue in there, just festering inside the car door, sitting there in its little cocoon of virus filth in the little womb in the car door, waiting for someone to slip their hand in and infect themselves. It was vile. I put my hand in, I was like, nah! And I just got so frustrated, I got so mad that I took my phone out, as all millennials do whenever they get pissed off, and just recorded this like 10-second rant of how disgusting people are. I just want to point out that this is the most disgusting thing ever. It's happened to me 4 times in the past 2 weeks, where I come into a car, an Uber car or a taxi, and some filthy person has put their used tissue in the little thing that you put your hand in. So obviously when you step into the car and you want to close the door behind you, your hand's going to go in there and you're going to grab someone's used tissue. It's just disgusting. It's filth. What kind of world do we live in when we can't eat our own shit and put it in the bin? What's happening to humanity? I'm just trying to understand you as a person who sneezed or coughed or has hay fever or whatever, and you're in a cab and you blow your nose or you blow your face. You crumple this piece of filth up and you consciously decide to put it not even in a little flappy thing, that the rubbish thing that you get in cars. No, you decide to put it like some sick practical joke into the hole of the door that you know, consciously know, that people need to use to close and open the car door. I don't understand how dumb, stupid, or sick you have to be to do that. I think, as a sane person, if I had the cold or the flu, first of all, I would stay at home, I wouldn't leave the house. But if I was, for some reason, in a car and I blew my nose or did whatever, I would crumple up the tissue, leave it in my hand, put it in my pocket, and then when I leave the car, if there isn't a bin in the car, I would find a rubbish bin on the road, in the office, or at home, and put it in there. Especially in a city like Dubai, where a lot of people use taxis and Ubers. This is like a shared home. It's a shared room between all of us citizens of the city. So keep your filth to yourself. You know what it's like? It's like if somebody sneezed into a box and then gave you that box. Here you go, here's a present. It's a wrapped up sneeze. It's like somebody coughing into a glass and then being like, here's a glass of water. It's like somebody sweating profusely into their shirt and then taking their shirt off and giving it to you. Like, here, I bought you a shirt. Wear it. Wear my diseases. I was like, this is ridiculous. How can people do this? Because it's just, I don't understand it. I don't understand people's stupidity. It's like, why are you even out of the house if you're sick? This is what pisses me off. When I'm in the office or I'm out and I can hear somebody coughing, continuously coughing, like a phlegm cough or a dry cough, or they keep sneezing and blowing their nose, I'm just like, go home. Why are you out here in the public sphere spreading disease and cold and flu nastiness when you can be at home in your bed watching movies? This is my rule. If I'm sick or I feel like I'm about to get sick, I just stay home. I work from home or I stay away from the vicinity of people. I don't want to spread my diseases around, and I don't want people to spread their diseases around. Why do you feel like you have to soldier on? Why do you feel like you're a hero? Like, I have a cold, I have a flu, I have to go out, I have to go to the office. Nobody cares if you have a cold and you're in the office doing work. Nobody gives a crap. Just stay home, take care of yourself, and keep your filthy diseases away from us and the rest of the world. Common sense, please. The minute I hear somebody cough, and it doesn't sound like a cough like you choked up, but like a cough, like a cold cough, and they're anywhere around me within like a 50-foot diameter around me, I have to give them a nasty look like, why are you in the office? Go home. In any case, that's my rant for the day. Transformers, peppermint tea, and human decency. What do you guys think about being sick and going to the office. I think it's just not cool. What did you guys think of the Transformers movie? Did you burst an eardrum because Mark Wahlberg wouldn't stop yelling? Ridiculous. Anyway, that's it from me. It's my rant. I'm gonna be posting another video about the book that I just read. Stay in touch. Let me know what you guys think. Share my video. Help me help you. Let's help each other. Yeah? Okay. Ciao!